humanitarian work, everything that we see that's as people are doing, the humans themselves, that we are so powerful. And if you believe there's something behind that guiding these things, then you have to really have faith in yourself. And I think faith is something that I know that I never really. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? I want to just go ahead and jump on and share some thoughts here today. As I start my new year, I want to, I made my little promise to myself, and I wanted to just put a little more content on here and keep you guys on your toes, as they say, and just keep us thinking, keep us always questioning, always being closer to the version, to be close to the truest potential of ourselves, or the truest version of ourselves, which I am a big believer of. And I think that is where we're the happiest and the most content and the most, I would say, grateful and actually able to serve others, because we've been given so much that we want to give back. As they say, your cup is full and you want to give, when your cup is totally full, you want to just give back, right? So that being said, I was going on social media, a couple of the platforms that I'm on, and I normally scroll through and I see what the topic of the day is, or things that are coming up a lot. And since I've been a little bit diving in more into, I would say, the more of the intuition side, spirituality, more into like listening to yourself more and listening to your intuition in a voice, whatever you want to call it, your soul. I think we are in a society where, I've been on that side as well. You're still kind of have the ego based, and where you're kind of competing and you're kind of getting shit done, right? That's all you hear: get things done and get shit done. I want to just be honest. That's the way people say get shit done. But I'm realizing that, I start questioning, like, what are we getting the things done for? Have you ever questioned yourself, like, what are you doing these things for? Is it for status? Is it for your reputation? Is it for something you're trying to behold, an image of yourself for others? Like, why do we do the things that we do? And question it, which is the reason why I started this channel. I wanted to have conversations and dialogue with people that are thinking differently and have the same ideas or same questions that I have. Reading the Wayne Dyer book that I'm reading right now, it states that a lot of the times, if you ever noticed, most people that are the highest version of themselves, they don't really force things. Most of the time, they have a knowing that whatever they put their mind to, and the endeavor and whatever endeavors they have, and they want to just put in their mind to it, it will come to fruition. I mean, it might not come out the way I think you have intended, but it eventually works itself out. And there's a big saying always, oh, everything eventually works itself out. Everything works itself out. I constantly hear that on all these channels. I constantly hear from people, friends, everything works itself out. There's a reason behind that saying, because it is true. Most of the time that you have any issues, any problems, any doubts, where I know myself, I struggle down on a daily basis when I want to put up videos, or I want to put up content. Doubts come on, of course, doubts naturally come up, like, why should I put this video up? People are going to see it, this is going to be out there. Like, these are the doubts that come up, fears that we have. And if you believe that there's something, obviously, a source of power, bigger, higher than us, that is within us, creating all these things that we create, like all the talent that we see, all this great art, humanitarian work, everything that we see that's as people are doing, the humans themselves, that we are so powerful. And if you believe there's something behind that guiding these things, then you have to really have faith in yourself. And I think faith is something that I know that I never really, I've always thought that faith was outside of me. I had to go out, be part of a religion or whatnot. And faith was, something that was taught. But having faith in yourself is something we're really not really, I would say, I've never really heard it. You're always hearing about, having to look outside ourselves. But having faith in yourself is something that I think is a daily practice. And if you have something, like, I know I've been having some inner callings, like, I want to make videos, and You know, sometimes like right now, my hair is crazy, no shave. You know, I have all these doubts in my mind. I don't reasons why not to put up videos, why not to make content, and it's something that is constant on a daily basis. That I've been dealing with this a couple of months. Or I have so many ideas I want to share, but I kind of hold myself back because I feel like I'm not ready. And a lot of us have those doubts as well. I know we all do. It's just part of our nature. But I think the more awareness you come into yourself, more self-awareness, you're able to realize that this is just, it's not really, who you are. Who you are is that calling you have, that inner voice that, I know everybody here that's watching might think this is crazy, but have you ever had something that you always thought about? Like you constantly think about every day, maybe every month, every week. It pops up in your mind randomly, like things you might want to think you might enjoy. Like that place you might want to visit, for some reason pops up. Or somebody mentions something about something like, wow, that sounds pretty fun. Or you see somebody else doing what you think is pretty cool and you wanted to try, you never tried it because of whatever life. These are things that are within you, within us, right? These are things that everybody has their own thing. And I don't think anything has to be forced. A motivational thing is great. I believe in motivation, but recently, like I said, my last couple of months, I've been just letting myself basically be guided and on what to do next, what's my next, on a day-to-day basis, and on a long term as well. Like, what do I see myself, 6 months from now, doing what I really would want to be doing, having a vision of it, and why is it coming to me, right? So obviously, I don't come out here to tell you to open up your own content or channel or website, because it might not be what it is for you. Whatever it is for you is perfectly for you. I am not here to preach or say anything about it, but if you believe that life has no accidents, that everything has its purpose and everything's orchestrated for you, the good and the bad, everything has its purpose. I think it'll give us a lot less stress, less anxiety, because we know everything is on purpose, right? Everything has its timing. And I took a picture the other day of I usually walk into nature, and the trees have no leaves, and they're still there. And come springtime, they're gonna bloom, and they're still trees. It's just right now they have no leaves. They don't look like trees, right? So I think that's something that we can kind of take that analogy and compare it to us as humans. Like every time that we're in that we feel like it's tough, we're not really moving nowhere. We're not really striving, or not striving, but feel like we're not really getting to where we want to be. It's a time where we're needed to be at right now, and doesn't really deflect us or stop us from where we're supposed to be. And I think that level of content is so powerful, because once you're content, you're able to move more. You're able to make more moves a little bit more wisely. When you're in desperation because you want to get things done and you want to just, I would say, tackle down these parameters that we make for ourselves, sometimes you're not moving in your right passion. Like you're not really in loving it. You're just doing it just to kind of prove a point, maybe to the outside. Whatever insecurities we have, whatever it is that we have, but everybody has their own story, their own upbringing. It might be something that we're trying to prove to something or someone. Maybe our parents, maybe a relative growing up, or maybe, bullies when we were younger. Whatever it may be, you're trying to prove something, like a chip on your shoulder. It might not be the right way to go upon our actions, because you might do all those things and you still might not be fulfilled, because it's not really truly what you're here to do. It's just something you kind of made up on yourself to kind of complete, as if life was just this one big test. It gives you many tests. It's not one test. So this is the thing I think when I say it's not only one test. It's many tests every single day. We have an option to be kind or to not be kind. We have an option to help or not to help. We have an option to basically prove ourselves right and let it go. We have an option every single day. So that being said, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. But think about it, guys. Do you have faith in yourselves? And is it something we should start moving on here in 2020? Peace.